In February 1893, a crime shocked Atlanta. It was so shocking, the judge compared it to the Lizzie Borden case. The Force family lived at 44 Cruz Street in Atlanta. The head of the family was Benjamin Force. He was born in New Jersey in 1805. He married a Greene County, Georgia woman, Miss Julia Ann Harper, in 1844. They moved to Atlanta, and by 1870, they had a full family of 4 boys and 3 girls. He was a shale merchant and store clerk. He died in 1875, leaving his family comfortable but not wealthy. Benjamin's wife, Julia, continued to live in the Cruz Street home with 2 of her adult sons, Albert and George, along with all 3 of her adult daughters, Florence, Minnie, and Julia. All 3 daughters were unmarried. One of them, Florence, was an invalid. All 3 of the sisters were active in Atlanta society. 2 of the brothers, Albert and George, owned a shoe store, Force's Shoes, located on Whitehall Street, now Peachtree. It sold only the most stylish, high-quality shoes, according to their advertising in the Constitution. The brothers supported the family. It became a custom in the family for the women to ask the brothers for either money for something they wanted or permission to purchase something on one of the brothers' credit accounts at the stores along Peachtree, High's department store being one of them. The tension in the family came to a head when Julia went shopping at High's and bought a bill of goods amounting to about $16. It was placed on her brother's charge account. When they found out, the brothers went to the merchant and asked him not to sell Miss Julia any more goods without the money. She plotted her revenge over several weeks. On February 26th, her mother left the house and would be gone all day. Julia went to Lowry Hardware uptown and purchased a gun and cartridges. She loaded the gun and laid it aside to use later. She took from her trunk the statement she had been preparing for months, with a heavy line drawn at the bottom signifying the end had been reached. She took this statement to a friend and returned home. She sent Lula Jenkins, the housemaid, on an errand in West End, knowing it would take a while. She sent the cook to the grocery store. With everyone gone, she was alone in the house with her victims. Julia loaded the pistol and entered Minnie's room. She asked Minnie why she and Albert told the shopkeeper at High's not to sell her any more goods. But before she could answer, Julia shot her in the head. Miss Julia locked the door and walked upstairs to Miss Florence's room. The invalid was standing by the fireplace in her nightgown. Miss Florence angrily asked her to leave the room. Julia just got angrier. As Florence hobbled toward her bed, Julia shot her in the head. Julia went to the police precinct and calmly confessed to killing her sisters. She handed the officer a miniature breastpin photo of her father and said that she was unworthy to wear it. She told the investigators that she had been treated badly by the family and that by killing her sisters in the public trial that would follow, she would visit the greatest humiliation upon the family. Asked why she didn't kill herself, she replied that she had decided to kill herself and that she hid the pistol for that purpose, but when she went to get it, it was gone. She said that on reflection, she decided that she wouldn't take her own life because it would not bring out the facts to the public. The 2 sisters were buried alongside their father at Oakland Cemetery in Atlanta. The trial took place on June 27, 1893. Julia was charged with 2 counts of murder. Her brothers hired her an attorney. She pleaded insanity. Several witnesses testified to the events leading up to the murder and the mental state of the defendant, Miss Julia Force. A doctor testified he found Julia to be insane. Julia's mother, also Julia, testified that her daughter Julia had been more and more irrational and used harsh language, and that her son George had even considered taking out a writ of lunacy for Julia. She had told him not to. The jury was only out a few minutes before bringing in a verdict of not guilty. The judge declared her insane, and she was sent to the state asylum in Milledgeville. Julia died on March 30th, 1916, and is buried at Memory Hill Cemetery in Milledgeville. Her grave site was donated by an asylum matron, Joanna Mitchell Darnell, a granddaughter of a former governor. Julia's mother died in 1900 at the age of 80. She was buried with her husband and her 2 murdered daughters in Atlanta's Oakland Cemetery.